Let's see. Just getting some other stuff set up. Hello, Dragon Redux. Also, thank you. Thank you for Prime Thingy. I appreciate it. Yeah. Definitely starting a bit late today. I usually like to start around 9 in the evening my time. But that just didn't happen. We planned for it, and then things happened, and it didn't happen. But we're here now. Yeah. I have a... I say new, but like a different PS4 controller now. And because my other one was having issues with me like walking and then stuttering because it had like this huge dead zone issue with the control stick just dying on me. And I swapped to the PS5 controller, but I just was not as comfortable with the shape of it overall. So I've been playing, you know, old Monster Hunter like this on a PS4 controller for ages now. We got the new one. Ooh. I'm just kind of running around to test things. So right now, it's like all of that was the case, and then yeah, new controller, working fine it seemed, but the cable I had was also having issues with being connected properly. Like it would drop the connection. So I had to fiddle around with getting Bluetooth connection working. And now I'm just trying to get a feel for it. Is it properly responsive? I think it is, but I'm just gonna have to find out when I'm playing. Hopefully we don't run into any notable issues. Like right there, I feel like I was running for longer. Ooh, that little whip around. Yeah. And I was like, is that the controller issue? No, I'm not gonna test on Silverless. There's a way for me to like to see. Hold on. If I look at the profile for this, there we go. I can like look at. I'm just looking at what the left stick is reading as I'm moving. Okay, so it looks like when I let go of the stick, it snaps back, but the snapback bounces past the dead zone into the other side, and that can sometimes make it so that I abruptly turn around if it lingers there too long. So I might need to expand the dead zone a little bit on the left stick. Let's see. Oh, not that much. That's that is too big. Nope. That's also too big. Okay, is this what I need? I need to make sure that when it snaps back, it doesn't end up causing problems. Okay, right there it kind of stuck. I know I'm just running back and forth a bunch, but like, I didn't think to test this because I was already waiting to get started. It's like, wait, this is... Yeah, right there, it's stuck up to the top right for a bit. Now the question is this a... Is that a Bluetooth issue or a controller issue? Alright, well, let's find out, I guess. I'm gonna plug it in. You can see it's, oh my gosh, the connection's dropping so often. Okay. Is that a Bluetooth issue? So the snapback isn't a Bluetooth issue, that's just a controller thing. It's sticking up there might have been a Bluetooth thing. Hello, little bit chatter. We're just trying some different things out with getting a feel for the new controller. There isn't that much left, no. I'll just give it a try, and if it turns out I'm feeling certain ways about the controller, we'll fiddle around with other things. Maybe I just also need to, like, get used to holding it in a different position so it has a better connection to my PC, and it's not, like, under the table or something. Yeah, I'll look and see exactly what we have left though soon. When I've had my food. Because we've got to go do the double Gravios again, because we failed that. Can I settings. I'm not worried about it. Alright, anyways. So if we go look and see what we've got left, right? Right. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yes, there's 5 big multi-monster hunts. There is a Kieran that I haven't done. At least 1 Kieran, maybe 2, I can't remember. So I'll save 1 Kieran for 6. And then these 2 quests are Black Gravios and Black Diablos as a pair. And that's all that's visible left. It's not much. And then also I know there's G-Rank Fatalis, and I know there's Yukanlos, which I haven't seen in this game yet. But still, that's not much left. Not much. Just need to buy some power coatings. And this set was for evade distance, load up, and pierce up. Yeah, so... oh, we're up here. That's fine, I guess. Yeah, we don't have much left of Freedom Unite. And... Wilds... if we have the confirmation that it's effectively gotten its or if it hasn't gotten already, it's getting its final title update. Notice me. He's too far away. I can't shoot that far. You know, I'm gonna start with the poison coating this time. We didn't use the poison coating at all last time. Find out if it's any good. I gotta charge farther, I forgot. There we go, okay. We got the poison with 10, that's good. Grand Peplis. When you say an obscene challenge to impose, do you mean just playing through Freedom Unite without healing? Or, oh no. Or what? This is just the latest entry, or I guess our current entry in my quest to play all the Monster Hunters solo no heal. If you do !games, there you go, like Ice-T just did, you can see where we are in that journey. Right now we're in the final stretch of G rank. It's gonna spin at me, I don't like that. No, not spin. That was a good shot. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, that was really close. And after Freedom Unite, when I'm done with it, I've got like estimated 8 to 12 quests left, because this is a blind playthrough, so I can only work with what I can see. What I'm estimating is about 8 to 12-ish quests left. We're going to be returning to Wilds, because it's getting its final update. And then after that will be my first experience with Frontier, which I am very looking forward to. Hopefully the other one doesn't notice me. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the other one. The longer I can go without it noticing me, the better. It's not going to be much longer, though. Yeah, performance for fit. I'm aware of that, but that's also specifically for the Steam version. And my play is on PS5. So that doesn't affect me as much. It's bad. Oh no, it was a sweep. I didn't realize that was sweep. I'm restarting. It swept twice. The one out of sight went for the sweep beam twice in a row, and I hit both of them. That was really unfortunate, and it's not worth committing to a fight that early if I just get wiped out like that. This is my 148th stream of Freedom Unite specifically. That's all. So, because I'll focus on one game and just play that one game until I reach a point where either I'm satisfied and finished with the game to my satisfaction, or it gets too much and I'm not having fun. And it does take a lot for me to get to the point of not having fun. Also, thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, this is our 148th Freedom Unite stream. I also archive everything. I don't edit VODs or anything like that. I don't make edited videos or easier to watch. But outside of a few things that have been lost, unfortunately, everything I've done just gets archived away. Yeah, as, you know, essentially like full slow playthrough sort of thing. Ooh, there was some input lag there. If I hold my controller here, there's a huge Bluetooth lag. Oh, I'm guessing there's this interesting, like, the connection for the Bluetooth in my PC is very specific about its angle. Oh, I need to get a better cable then, I think. Because this cable, I've got a bunch of USB-Cs. I don't really have as many of the old USB micros or minis or whatever they are. The only one I have is kind of not sticky in the thing. I'll have to figure that out later. Maybe I'll be able to find a cable tomorrow or something. Yeah. You'll definitely find your share of that there. Yeah. I've been enjoying it. We've been doing this for like, what, 6 years now? Something like that? More than that? How long have I been streaming for? All I stream is Monster Hunter. Like, this is exclusively what I do here. Well, we initially had quotes from G. Alright, so about 7 years. There's about 7 years of this particular way of playing that I've been doing now. Which is kind of crazy to think about, actually. Alright, let's try it again. Yeah, I tend to just... I play the things that appeal to me, and if I'm not having fun, I'll just stop. So... sometimes streams end up being long if I'm having a good time and I have free time. Sometimes the stream is short if I'm just not there. I'm not the sort, you know, to force it or to... I just like having it be as genuine and like genuine, comfy experience as possible, sort of thing. I don't know. I'm just here to try to play Monster Hunter in the way that I have fun with it, and I think it is very fun to play with these restrictions. Hey, Dreaded. That is one thing that I have plenty of, is patience. For sure. Yes, that is correct. Every new entry, ever since I've started streaming, every new entry in Monster Hunter I go into as blind as possible, to the point of like when Wilds was announced, right? I would block content on YouTube and like other stuff like that by having my partner and other people put in keyword blockers and things, so I couldn't see anything, avoid finding any information out, all of it, so that I would experience the thing as if I had no idea about it, sort of thing. I love going into things super, super, super blind, and then I go into those super blind things with my restrictions in place. So my first experience, ideally, I stat wrong. What was that hitbox? We're restarting. Oh my gosh. That fire hitbox was enormous. Alright. I clearly need to respect that fire a lot more than I did. That is so big. So yeah, because of how I like to experience games, I will be going into Frontier exactly like that. I want to go in knowing as little as possible and going in with my restrictions and see what I can make of it. Yeah, there was one earlier as well. And part of the reason I enjoy doing that is this is maybe, you know, a bit of a personal thing, but I think there's a lot to be enjoyed in games, in media in general, in experiences in general, in going in, not knowing what you're getting into, not knowing what to expect, and having that feeling of discovery and experience and all that. I think that's much more interesting than going into something knowing what to expect. So I am aware of that to some degree. So from what little I've known about Frontier, there's like two major versions. There's like one that's closer to the original experience, and one that is a more updated version, like a more recent version in the series that has more like some of the additional weapons, but also condenses the earlier grind experience down. And my plan, I'll have to figure out what I do server-wise. I'm going to worry about that later, because it's going to be like next year later. But my plan is to do original Frontier, the slow grindy one, up to a point of where I feel done with it, or I'm ready to move on. Then some other Monster Hunter entry, and then go back to Frontier again for the other version. So I want to experience everything, sort of thing. So I've got to get both of them. I've got to respect this Grandiose a lot more. Yeah, Frontier 5, or Ford 5, I think is, oh my god, not again. Yeah, I will worry about that later, when it comes closer to the actual time for playing it. Because after Frontier is done, after Freedom Unite's done, I'll be returning to Wilds. I played Wilds on release, and overall felt more negative than positive about it. The Wilds playthrough only lasted, I think it was 7 streams, and an 8th one for Title Update 1. And I just wasn't feeling Wilds. So we put it on the back burner. I've been staying blind for all of the additions and later title updates and everything. And when we're done with Freedom Unite, we will revisit Wilds and see how I feel about it, with more time to cook. It's 9? Okay, got it. And then, after that, we'll do Frontier. But we'll see how it goes. I don't remember what focus mode is. Yeah, I don't remember what it is, sorry. Was focus mode like the focus like lock on camera, or was that something else? So fast. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That was a thing. I remember that being a sort of a thing with Gun Lance in World, where you could like aim your wyvern's fire upwards. and like aim your weapon fire more. And I thought that was neat, but I don't think that should be the norm for weapons. Okay. Like I said, I had my share of gripes with Wilds. I think it had there was definitely some good it had, and some interesting foundations. Oh, one shot. All right, I am. You can get one tapped by that beam. Turns out. Anyways, I don't really want to discuss Wild's mechanics very much because I am planning on revisiting it, so save that for another time. I want to go into it with ideally, you know, my just my own experience to work off of. I am getting messed up by these beams, though. I don't. This is kind of interesting because when we attempted this last time, the first one went pretty fine, and the second one just messed me up. But this one's like, nope. Get a drink. Hold on. Where drink? Where you go? It's over here. That's where it is. That's where it goes. You know it might be. Yeah. Also, should I tell you Grand? Should I call you Pepis? I don't know how you prefer to be called. Also, hey, Leg Actor. When it comes to equipment usage as well, it might as well show. See, we've got a nice variety here. This is something I started doing more with. I think we started this in Rise. That's fair. All right, I'll tell you Pepis. But I would do a thing where any uncleared, like, large monster hunt, we would do a thing where it would be like a free giveaway thing. People would put in a ticket, and whoever won, you know, the random poll, would pick the weapon type I would have to use for that hunt. And that made for some really interesting fights sometimes, where I'd get a difficult matchup or a weapon I was less comfortable with for a certain fight. But I think it was pretty fun. We did that in Freedom Unite as well, all through the village stuff and some of Hub. But it did get to a point where it just didn't feel feasible to do that and survive. But it's something I would like to return to, like when I go to Frontier or something, to help keep things mixed up and interesting. I like Hunting Horn as a whole. I'm not super into Freedom Unite Hunting Horn. Also, keep in mind part of the weapon spread is I have to keep in mind what helps me live. So whereas, for example, I love Lance a ton in later games, here Lance feels a lot riskier to work with in a lot of the time. And Hammer has such a high amount of uses here just because it's effective at what it does and it lets me stay safe. And lets me stay out of the way easier. We've used some Hunting Horn, but it's just not really been a go-to option for me. But who knows? Maybe I'm just missing out on something. That could be the case too. I think I just need to, when the second one shows up, I just need to leave. I just need to get out of there, wait for one to leave. Yeah. Having your health pool be a limited resource makes getting hit by anything at all significantly more of a problem. Small monsters become a huge issue in pretty much every game. Less so in the later ones where they're less threatening, but small monster chip damage is such a concern, or them causing you to stagger and get hit, that I'll often prioritize getting rid of small monsters before engaging a large one. What tuxedo? I haven't seen you in a while. Go. Dung bombs, I haven't been able to get to work in Freedom Unite. They do not behave the same way as they do in later games. They might still do that, but if they do, I haven't figured out how. Because instead of it being a thing you throw at the monster, it's a thing you throw at the ground, and it makes like a stink aura, and I don't really understand it. But I don't want to be told how it works either, to be fair. I don't know what's up with Dung Bombs in Freedom Unite. Go. Off here. And things like I like playing without having the resources available like wikis and stuff like that online. When we play through a game like this, we might eventually look certain information up, but I try to play it as if it was like similar to how it would have been way back when it was released. When you didn't have wikis, you might not think to look for them. You just had the game as it was. I think it's more fun that way. Even when sometimes that means you just don't know. You don't know how something works. You don't know you don't know the upgrade paths. You don't know the drop rates of things, and that's okay. We're just gonna watch them for the moment and wait for them to split up. I kind of agree with you, but you would be surprised how often in times in Freedom Unite, I've been disappointed by upgrade paths. I'll go to upgrade something, and then the weapon just stops being upgradable. And that happens a lot in high rank. Or a weapon you want to upgrade from high into G. But then you do that, and it's just like, this weapon cannot be upgraded. It's like, well, why? But why, though? Oh, camera, please! Camera, please! Why would you do that to me? I need you to get away from each other. Okay. My one is leaving. We're gonna follow that one. There we go. Come over here. Get yourself up here, please. What are you doing? Questionable. It feels better, like it's not having the issue I had with the other one, but my cable that I used to connect it physically before is also faulty, as it turns out. And it doesn't actually sit in the port for the controller properly and disconnects constantly. So I need to get a new cable. Oh my gosh, get out of the lava. I can't fight in there. So I need to get a new cable for that. So we're playing with Bluetooth at the moment. And I didn't even know my computer had a Bluetooth connection, I'll be honest. But it's definitely not the best connection. I can't get out of the lava. I can't hold my controller wherever I want because it'll get in the way of the Bluetooth. So I have to, like... It's a weird thing to complain about. I have to sit in a different position than my usual just to have it, you know, behave properly. But it does work. Yeah, that's normal for Gravios, though. That's kind of bad. No. Oh, the good roll. I didn't mean to draw. I meant to roll. We got the good roll anyways. Drop me. Stop doing this. It's a harp. That's why it's got that noise to it. This armor set, by the way, is Evade Extender, Pierce Up, and Load Up, right. I'm curious, is it Pepis or Pepis? I assume it's Pepis, but I don't actually know. You never really know with names and pronunciation unless you ask. I assume it's Pepis. But do you have, like, what is your favorite entry overall in the series? Sunbreak. I haven't played modded Sunbreak at all, but I will say that Primordial Malzeno is my favorite fight in the series from just like a gameplay and mechanics and fun perspective. I think it's by far the most fun fight. Oh no. Oh my gosh, that beam is so scary with a sweep. Yeah, my favorite entry overall is Generations Ultimate. Which we are still technically not done with. It's just a really cool design. It's a cool design and then like interpretation on it in the monster. I don't know, it's super fun. We had a very silly experience with it as well, because you know, we did our no heal thing. Yeah, you can check out the VOD for it later if you want on YouTube. But Sunbreak introduced some interesting challenges for a no heal playthrough. In that quests that had allied, like forced ally followers. Because, if you can think where this is going, they use life powders on you. And life powders are healing. And I can't heal. Which means if I got healed by a life powder or an NPC ally healing me, I had to abandon. And the first time you fight several monsters, including Primordial Malzeno, you have a forced follower ally that you cannot get rid of. I'm sure you can see where the problem with that hunt was going. All forms of life leech are excluded as well. The only life recovery mechanic that is permitted is recovery speed, which just enhances your natural regeneration. Anything that's past that is off limits. So, like, for example, in a world with Val Hazak armor, having the life regen that goes past your red health, that was off limits. It kind of did turn it into a no-hit run. Because if I got hit by a Malzeno, and this happened on the original Malzeno fight as well, if I got hit, I would have to essentially make sure that Malzeno killed me before Theo could heal me, so that I would be allowed to continue the run. And we ended up coming up with a very silly strategy for Primordial, and for normal, honestly. The normal Malzeno hunt, we ended up doing with a bow, and wearing a few pieces of high rank armor and some slots with no armor at all, just to ensure that if I did take a hit, I wouldn't survive it, and then I could keep fighting that way instead. And with Primordial, we did a really silly thing with Gun Lance. Because of there's that silk skill that lets you like unload your Wyvern's Fire and everything all at once on it. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one like where you lunge forward and you just explode everything on it. If you remember what that one was. And we discovered, with fiddling around, that dung bombs work on Primordial Malzeno and prevent it from doing anything other than leaving after it starts. So what we ended up doing was dung bombing Primordial, and then as he gets stuck in that state, using Bullet Barrage to just unload as much damage as we could while he couldn't act. And repeating that over and over and over until we got to the final phase, and then just play extra well just for that final phase. And hope I didn't take too hard of a hit for Theo to heal. That's good. Should probably just capture him. I was really scared there. This is risky, I know. Come towards me. Especially because he loves to do this. Good luck getting him to actually move. Alright, we got a step. I saw a little stutter step there. I saw a step. Alright. That's one of two. That's what we like to see. probably. Other one is over there. Now we just gotta do it again. This one looks bigger, maybe? Looks bigger to me. That could be a problem, potentially. Yep, and also not messing it up. How do you just shoot it? You just shoot the stomach. You can get a stomach break by shooting it. I just didn't happen to get on that last one, but on the previous good attempt we had at this, we did get a belly break. The Pierce will still work for that. You just gotta actually hit the belly still. Don't punish me. Alright, you know what? It's fine. Only did half my health. Stop sweeping it. Nope. No, no stamina. Outside of Monster Hunter, because I don't really play Monster Hunter off stream. I like keeping it for the most part, unless I'm playing with friends now and then. I just do it on stream, so it helps avoid, like, you know, overdoing it, having burnout and stuff like that. Off stream though, I really enjoy quite a lot of things. My current interests are, I've been enjoying Arc Raiders a ton. I've been getting back into Destiny 2, which I used to play a ton of. And I'm looking forward to Path of Exile 2 update tomorrow. I like fighting games like Smash and Rivals of Aether. Assorted smaller puzzles and niche games and things. All sorts, really. Oh my gosh, that was kind of scary. Oh, I'm glad he didn't trip on me. That was such a fast walk. Hyperspeed at Gratios. I have not. No, I don't. I might have heard of them, maybe. He was going. good. That's actually where I want him to go. We can get over here. This is the best place to fight Gravios now. Yeah. I don't think I've ever had it be quite, like, just dead on at me like that before. Get out of the way. That was kind of scary. I know about some of them, but most of my knowledge about Frontier is from reading about it years and years and years ago. So I'm pretty confident that it'll be like a 99% blind experience. Speaking of blind experiences and such things, can I convince you, if you have not tried it or heard of it, to play Rain World? Have you heard of Rain World? Stop sweeping me. Spin. Spin. Please spin. That works. That's fair enough. It is definitely not everybody's type of game. But as far as video game blind experiences go, it's definitely one of the highest, I think, for just the experience of it. Also, that was unfortunate. The beams are huge. Oh, we got supplies. I just gotta not screw this up. Just gotta not screw it up. It's more that I'm a Monster Hunter fan. There hasn't been, like, I would say Wild is the only entry that I've felt negatively about more than positively. I just like Monster Hunter. So, like, we've played Monster Hunter 1, we played Dose. I've had my share of the old entries. I think this Gravios is actually larger. Oh! Hit him with the paintball and suddenly accelerated. Hey, how do I get his attention? Where do I place it and wait for him to get closer? He's gonna spin, isn't he? Oh, I'm glad I didn't go for it there. Gosh, getting the bombs without him blowing them up. No. I'm amazed I managed to panic dive out of that in time. There you go. There's your other question, Game God. That's how you break the chest as a bow user. Shoot him a bunch, then blow it up. I thought it was over too. I was like, oh crap, I'm so dead. And then I got out. Now, every entry has its ups and its positives and negatives. It's just that Wilds is where the negatives were more than the positives for me. But I'm still willing to return to it and give it a shot, you know, post updates, so. Come back here. I hate it when they camp fire beams from the lava. It's like, what are you doing? That's kind of scary. I would like to capture him. Oh, this is a really bad idea, actually. Okay, he's almost on top of it. You're almost there. Alright, and there is one more quest down. Finally, some progress. One more quest down. Nope, I don't know. Keep in mind, I'm not looking up any information, so I don't know what are or are not key quests. I'm just completing as many quests as possible. This is a blind playthrough, which means not knowing what is or is not key quest. But it is a do everything I possibly can. Can I play other weapons? Not for that hunt. If you mean in general, yeah, I play everything. But I'm not doing Black Gravios without a bow or a bow gun. It's just not happening. Especially not in Freedom Unite, at least. But yeah. If we look at our, you can see there's a solid variety of weapon use there. All right, so that is number 7 down. We do have to do 2 Black Diablos, which is I'm also pretty concerned about, but we'll see how that goes. And then past that, it'll just be the other Kieran, the one that's in the marshes, I think, and multi-monster hunts. Is all we at least that we can see left. I was confident. I figured like even if I screwed up, I still have a backup card to work with. If it had been my last card, I would have been a little more careful about that, because yeah, that would just be asking to get killed. Right. So I kind of want to use the set we've been building up though. With this one, I think it's missing something, isn't it? Got too much evade distance. I had something else on here.
Yo!
What's got all the decorations on it? Pierce, pierce, pierce with pierce, jumping, 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 jumping. It's these. And you have evade. That's because we were gonna get, but we'd have evasion like I think we should just have evasion 1 on here, wasn't it?
Yo!
There we go. Yeah, evade distance, evade 1, pierce up. What this one was. The silencer for better recoil. Rapid fire, pierce 1. This quest also concerns me, but we'll have to see how it goes. That's definitely a song. Huskberries. Normal 2. Normal 3. Pierce 1. Pierce 2. And then the combine for Pierce 1. Huskberry Velociprey Fang. We need to buy up more things. Bring in the combo buffs. Bring the Psycho Serums. Double check if it's hot or cold drinks. It'll probably be cold. honey. Here's one, here's two, here's three. Could be Crag 2, I also have a point, and... do I really want to bring either of these? I guess you could. Do I really want to? I don't know if I will. I am glad you are enjoying it. I thought it was quite an interesting piece too. I didn't even check what my quest was. Old Desert. It doesn't tell me the time. Old Desert is the big one. It's gonna be cold drinks. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. Black Diablos, I feel like it's going to be a problem. There won't be small monsters because it's a double monster fight, which is something to be relieved about. Oh, this is going to be a problem fight though. Do this one. At least there shouldn't be. What made you pull that up? I have been playing it recently, but like, what brought that to mind? I kind of want to hold off on using sonic bombs until I get a good feel for the fight, for a good run of it. Oh, there's these bugs though. That's fair. No, why do Vespoids get to exist? Tragic. Tragic, I say. Oh my gosh. I've taken so much damage from them already. I've been probably getting some neat updates recently, just in terms of like variety and interesting changes and things. I'm happy with the game, where it's been going lately. Oh my gosh. So many roars. I wonder if it's safe to actually fight it. Up here. Like, what can it actually do about you being up here? Oh my gosh, the bugs. You're the best boys, just don't give up. Well, I guess that's something you can do about you being up there. But if I had to fight one in here, I will fight it up on that ledge. Oh, that is something that I don't like. You can, no, please. Yeah, while we're talking about other games you like, Tethys, do you like or have you played any of the older traditional styled roguelikes? Are you aware of them? I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm actually not sure which one that is. Alright, that is definitely one I'm not aware of. That's cool though. Oh, now I have something I'm interested in looking up. Oh no, that was really way too close. Gosh, Black Diablos make so much noise. Please. You're definitely going to be having me look that up shortly after this. I'm curious now. Gosh, too close for comfort. You mean dog, right? By not Steam. I'd be more interested in playing the original rather than the 3D remake, personally, but... Nice. Okay, enraged. What are you doing? I hate it when it delays like this. What are you doing? Area change. Okay. Area change to the small one. Scare me, Black Diablos. It's very important to put your weapon away if you see a roar coming. No! Yes! I lived! I didn't take the hit because I fell from the paralysis at just the right time. Moment of panic and relief all in one. Nope, too close to me. Fine. That's not fine. Can't see anything. Get me out of here. Suddenly slow. I'm gonna hit it once and it's gonna speed up. Maybe. What do you know? Now I might want to start with normal before I go to Pierce 1. Because of the rapid fire, but I'll just get used to it. Really gotta be careful with rapid fire pierce on this. See an opening, you just take it. So you can have enough time to get out of the way. I probably should have gone for that, but I hesitated too long. This is a really demanding hunt. Alright, good. I was very close to being dead. That's good at least. At least the set we built for this, well, that we built for the Gravios at least that is pulling its weight really well for this one. That's in here, I think, actually. Also, we did also have the luck of not encountering both of them at the same time. I will happily use my sonic bombs here. Oh, enraged. That did so much damage. Just from it falling on top of me like that. That was close. That was very close. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Gravios are down. We're trying the double black Diablos one now. And one of them is down already. That was a really risky one. It paid off because of the enrage. Big extender was absolutely needed here. It's just so helpful for staying alive. Might be area changing. Yeah. It is. That's alright. We're still living. Still living, still fighting. I haven't looked at much information about it. That's going to be more when the time comes. Alright, no, it was enraged, so the Sonic Bomb did nothing. It kinda hurt. Yeah, no, I know it's not just a download and play. It'll be a bit of an involved setup, but I'm not gonna worry about that until it comes time to actually, you know, get that done. And yeah, Mod Team will also help take care of it. I am not worried. I thought it was going to be the double movement. That still hit me? I shouldn't have panic dived. We still managed to get out of it, barely. I'm not able to do anything, but we got out of it. It feels better. It definitely feels better. The problem at the moment now is I need a new properly functioning cable to connect to my PC, because the one I have right now, the connection to the controller is loose, so I have to play Bluetooth to not have it be disconnecting. And there's a little bit more latency, and I have to hold the controller in certain spaces, because if it's like under my desk or something, then the Bluetooth connection to my PC just gets bad, and it drops inputs and things. So I just need to dig through my cable box and potentially buy a new cable if I don't have one that'll work for that. But aside from that, it's working fine. I wanted to throw a paintball, but thankfully that didn't punish me. No Sonics left. Oh, he left. Okay, that works. Or she left, I should say. It just depends. It depends on how I'm feeling. It depends on what I'm doing. But yeah. couldn't move in time. It was gonna happen eventually where I just couldn't get out of the way in time. Off of a roll. I'm surprised it took so long for it to happen. I just gotta hope it doesn't happen more. More sonic bombs is nice. Done. Area changing, that's what you're doing. You would be right, actually. I think it went all the way to the side area. This right here is part of why we just didn't do 4 horns in Monster Hunter 1. Because it was not Black Diablos, it was normal Diablos, but there were still 2 of them. And they would fight either together in these areas or would go between the big desert and the area they just went to, and you don't have a way to get there fast. And it was oftentimes you'd run there, and by the time you get there, they'll have just gone back to the big desert again. And you just wasted your time trying to catch them. Oh, no sonic bomb now. No, that one was in the hub. That almost killed me. Wish they would go back to the Vespoid room with the cheese wedge. Nice, got 3 off. I don't disagree. Diablos love selling. Oh no, not stop roaring, please. No, please. so many. No. 3 in a row? 4 in a row? Please. Black Diablos, please. I should have gone for it there. I waited too long. Oh my gosh, she is so screamy. And hey, what do you know? It went back to the big area. So now you gotta run all the way back around. Oh, nice! Got the kill mid-air. That's pretty cool. That's 2 quests down tonight. After a bunch of streams of next to no progress beyond, you know, building sets, getting 2 down in 1 is good. Oh. Oh! That was a key quest, apparently. A very terrifying wyvern has made its home near here. The Cantor Slayer. By the Eucamlos info, there it is. That was apparently the thing we were missing for Eucamlos. Which is over here for some reason, in the Flying Wyverns. Alright. Big news. Well, there we go. There is the urgent for Eucamlos. Alright. We should try that tonight for sure. I'll be honest, I don't remember Eucamlos music very well, but I probably will once we start it because I did a fair bit in GU. Let's have a look. Also, okay, we at least, for this, at least we did get the Black Diablo spines in the entirety. We're still missing a horn, but if we ever make this, we have a bit of progress. That's good. So Eucamlos. So on top of Eucamlos being there, so we have other Kieran, which is quest isn't here. Multi-hunt, 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 multi-hunt. Yeah, we're making good progress. Do I want to do this with more light bowgun? Or do we go for something else? I feel like we might just want to use the new fancy stuff we've gotten recently with this setup, so I might just keep rolling this. Don't need either of those. We shouldn't need paintballs. Or any of these. Raspberries. Normal 2, normal 3. Buy the Pierce that I'm missing. We will bring Flaming, though, for this one. Because we do have rapid fire Flaming access. We might as well. Might as well. Let's see. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Lemon dog hot drinks. More Velociprey fangs and fire ammo, right? That's Huskberry and Fire Herb if I want to make more of them. Which I think I probably will. Very crunchy. Alright, take care of this. If you are interested, I don't have a very reliable schedule, but I always tell people when streams are happening on this end. So, if you want that, it's there. If you don't, it's fine. That's not the hot drink. That's the hot drink. I didn't bring stamina. Where's my stamina items? This area is tiny, also. What the heck? What happened to the gigantic arena I'm used to in GU? This place is tiny. I might just abandon so I can have stamina items. But so we got a base camp that's destroyed and actually has nothing in it. No base camp. And an actually tiny arena. With a, oh, also you can't walk across this. There's this gap here. That sliver, you can't cross that. I really wish I just brought stamina. This hitbox is surprisingly generous, I will say, though. I mean, this is G rank. Yeah, I figured that out. Cantor's not G rank only in the Freedom Unite. Cantor is in high rank. You fight it in the village. I need stamina items. I need the stamina items, honestly. I didn't bring anything for stamina. I'm amazed how tiny the arena is, though. And that crack in the middle that you can't cross is also evil. It looks like something you can cross, but you can't. What? Come on, where was I supposed to go? Okay, that might be a problem. Yeah, the crack is a huge problem with the mobility. Okay, I might need to see. I might need to make a guard 2 set and just test to see, or just I should test Lance without guard. I should test Lance with guard 1. I should test it with guard 2, just to see if it actually makes a difference for that dig. I don't think it will, because I remember the dig being really lethal. I don't think it'll make a difference. And you would also need guard up for the beam too. But we should at least test, because yeah, the dig is going to be such a problem. All right, we gotta test this out more. What have I played outside of streaming recently? I haven't actually played much Path of Exile recently, but I'm going to be playing it tomorrow because 2 is having its 0.4 update. I've been picking up Destiny again, and enjoying it some. Yeah, I'm enjoying playing PvP again at least. I've been enjoying Arc Raiders a lot. I've been doing a Zelda, Legend of Zelda Archipelago with Ice-T and the partner and others. We might have options for Fire Lances like Actor, but I think more we need to just test Guard. Specifically Guard, and see if it works in a good enough way for us. That's gonna be the big thing. I'm just gonna throw some other thing on. I have not yet played Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's a big name. I have not played it yet. I know nothing about it, except that everybody loves it. And I'm gonna keep it that way for now. I'll play it eventually. So, let's just go in with no guard and see what happens. Steam really quick. The Risk of Rain DLC recent thing, the Alloy Collective. Been playing that with friends occasionally. That's been fun. Right. No guard test. Luckily, he just opens with it right away, so you can test it right away. That's nice enough. It hits you once, and then it hits you again as he surfaces. But it does... Okay, that's good. That's good to know. It did less damage than I expected without any guard skill. Testing. Okay, do we have one that has any guard on it by default? We do. There's 2 points there. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yo! Guard 1 test. Doesn't handle the charge. He didn't even hit me. What the heck? He walked over me without hitting me. A ton of chip damage and a hit afterwards. Or a ton of stamina, I should say. A lot of stamina. Okay, there's really a lot of check though. Chip. It still chips. Okay. That means we need a test guard too. Which is kind of awkward because it's 20 quick skill. But we can. I have an idea for testing this. The stamina down kind of sucks. that does get us to guard 2. Please. And you could still gem that out, but just for the sake of testing. Okay, his head falling on you hurts. Okay. That move absolutely shreds your guard. You might need guard up for that, possibly. I did not look up anything, so... You can't even look up and break jump on it after that. Of course, it just did that twice. I wanted to check the dig, and it's doing that instead. You can't look up information on armor skills, period, in Freedom Unite, as far as I can tell. If you go to status, cool, that's the activated skill. That's all you need to know. You just you get to know what it's called, and that's it. You don't, oopsies. You don't even get to know necessarily description of effects. Where is he? What? What? There's a mining point over there. Okay, that worked for him popping in underneath me. Oh, there's tremors too. Okay, there's a hit and a snow cloud hit. I got defense down? So guard cannot prevent the dig from doing damage. It just can't. That's kind of concerning, because getting away from it, even with a Vedic Center, seems really awkward. You can, yeah. That doesn't. It's not going to really prevent you from taking health, though. I think I need to use the restroom is what I think. Alright, so we can't block. So Lance and Gunlance are just going to be out in general, I feel like. It's not going to be worth it. The dig feels like it's going to be a big issue. You know what we haven't done? We haven't used dual blades, or sword and shield, but especially dual blades, in a long while. And I'm kind of wondering if going for that, because you can put away dual blades and sword and shield really quickly. They might be what I want for just getting in, like on the pause especially, and having the mobility I want.
Yo.
The question is, we haven't done much with dual blades in a while. I don't even have any fire dual blades. And you can see here's some, but that's split. I'm not really a big fan of split dual blades. The flaming pair is not actually flaming, but dragon. Count or just raw. And sword and shields. Now when it comes to sword and shields, we do have this golden falchion, which we could upgrade and probably have another upgrade on top of that, because it hasn't taken the heavenly scale yet. And I think we have a Rathian heavenly scale. Yeah, we do.
Yo.
There's fire poison. I would normally not go for a Gravios thing, but we do have a Gravios heavenly scale as well, which makes me wonder if that'd be worthwhile. I'm kind of interested. This one is there. This is also a lot of fire. A lot of fire. That's just dragon. Just dragon. Dragon, ice. Rogue flames, which is also poison and not fire. Lots of things that have the word flames and flaming and fire that aren't actually fire. No? I don't really... I can't see close up though. That's also poison. That's thunder. Alright. I'm interested in upgrading this. Before I do that, though. I feel like I should just go in there with one of my existing sets with Sword and Shield and just get a feel for it. Maybe even this one? It doesn't have the evade extender on it currently. Let's just go in just with this for the moment. We should probably put the evade extender. Also, I want to check out that what looked like a mining point in there.
You.
Now we'll leave the evade extender off for the moment. I want to go check out the thing that looked like a mining point. Meat and tomatoes. Nope, pickaxe. I want to see what's up with that mining point. Okay, those snowballs go so far away from where he is. How did you get out of the way of this? You need better than blue sharpness to hit his limbs. That's also good to know. Also, it is just a mining point. Also, there's some gather point right here. It's really weird that they just put a mining point and a plant gathering point in there. Okay. Next thing to test. I'm gonna try a few different things out before I like settle on what I'm doing. 'Cause I don't know how to interact with them yet. Okay. If he digs, can you run away? I know you can't in the later games. Not looking promising for running away as a strat. If he swipes, can you be in? Yeah, you can be in on him with that move. Or just a big roar. That throws me? If he digs... Nope. Okay. I'm trying to see, like, if he digs, is there a way I can go before he comes up that's safe? No. Not there, at least. Not while you're iced. Alright, let's have another look. This is just the testing, experimenting, figuring out. Where can you cross this? Right there. Dig. Okay, so say he digs. If he digs and you're behind him, what happens? He just shows up on top of you. Okay, next time I'm gonna test that, I'm gonna run behind him. And see if he turns around fully. Can you just run under him? No, he kinda just walks on you for chip damage. I'm feeling the sword and shield just for quickly shooting and getting in and out, but so that idea seems to hold some weight at least for the repositioning purposes. Sword and Shield's got a lot of wiggle room with that. Okay, he digs. Okay, run behind him. What happens if you run behind him? He comes up on top of you. He just comes up on top of you. There's not enough time to get anywhere. I'm trying to go behind him. Not liking what I'm seeing for getting away so far. I remember in 4 Ultimate specifically, you could use Constitution +2? Or was it Leap of Faith? Or maybe that was part of Constitution 2, to leap over him. You could panic dive towards him, you'd fly over his head. I have no idea if that's a function of it in this game.
Yo!
Look at armor again. See if there's any skills I'm not remembering. Okay, Constitution is there. It is a very nice. It's very solid. I'm not wrong though. I don't think there's a leap of faith there. There is Constitution +2. Let's see if I can do something silly really quick, where we do the chrome coil, chrome boots, torso up, and the torso up here. Do I have anything with Constitution on it? At the moment, no. Let's have a quick look.
You!
That gives you the Constitution +1. Because it's only 2 points, right? Yeah. -1. There it is. I went right past it. Okay. I can make this just for the sake of testing. Does this let you panic dive towards monsters in this game? Doesn't look like it. Does not look like it. I don't know what to do about this one. I might just try to figure it out another time. Be happy with getting 2 hunts down and think about what I want to do with the canvas next time. It's probably the way. I also want to go spend time with friends. A little bit of a shorter stream, but it is fine. I'm happy. I am happy with getting the two of the quests I've been worried about the most out of the way, with the two doubles. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, that's all for tonight. I probably will not be streaming tomorrow because I'm going to be playing Path of Exile and doing stuff with friends and things, but we'll see. And also, this is on another time off period, so I've got 3 nights off, and then I work 1 night and I have 5 off because I couldn't get the whole rotation off. So I got to go into work for 1 day. But yeah, I had fun. I had a good time, and we got some progress. We got notable progress, and that's always exciting. I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do about Ucalmos. I was expecting GU Arena Ucalmos, but we do not have that here. Nope, nope, nope.